at Halloween, I think it's fun about being creative and being crafty. So I wanted to just create a hand. So I've got just a white glove. This is a disposable glove that's used for painting. And I mixed plaster of Paris together, and you want it into consistency that it's about like cake batter so that you can pour it. So if you've ever used plaster of Paris before, you know you have to do it very, very quickly and accomplish what you need to do in a very short period of time because it starts to harden very, very fast. So I mixed that together and then poured it into the glove until it gets nice and full. And then once it's full, you bend it over and seal it with duct tape so that it's waterproof and it's going to hold it together. And then once that's in there, you want to position it to whatever form that you want. So if you want a hand that is going to be formed over a bowl or a container, you can do that. Let me show you how this one turned out. This is the form that it created. I had it just setting over top of a bowl. It takes about 48 hours for this to dry completely. It seeps a little bit of that water out. It gets really warm when it's curing, so just make sure you just set it aside and just let it do its thing. I also took some of this plaster Paris gauze, wet it, and just put a little bit on there just to give it that kind of mummy feel to it. And so I want to use this and put it into a container. So I have a black cube that I'm going to use. And I've just taken, because you don't want to get this wet, so you can seal it up with some clear glaze that you want, something that's going to waterproof it and seal it up. But I don't want to set it directly onto my floral foam, so I just took a mason jar lid, sprayed it white, put a hole in it. I've also used a metal pick that goes up into that just by taking and drilling a hole into the bottom of the plaster very carefully. And then I can set my hand just right onto the container. I don't have to worry about it getting wet from the floral foam, or if I add water to that, so that it's nice and easy. Now I've taken some salal leaves and enhanced it with Design Master Flat Black, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a coloring around that very base so that it just kind of outlines this. Again, Halloween is about black and orange. Our hand is going to stand out because it's white, but I want to just put my floral foam and my leaves right into the floral foam so that they have just a great absorbance of water, and they just give me a nice little outline. So this is called collaring when you go all the way around your container. So I've used my black, and now I'm going to come back and do my traditional with orange and black. So I've got some beautiful orange lilies that I just want to insert into my foam. And I've got a shorter one here. I can bring that right down to the same side. Tuck it right down into there. And of course I have to come across with some more orange on the opposite side. So I have some beautiful voodoo roses, which are very appropriate for this time of year. It's got a really creepy name to it, but they're beautiful because I love how they open up and they just create this amazing display of orange. So I'm going to tuck those in right down to that very center. I also have some allium, which orange and purple and black all go together for Halloween. And tuck some alum in there. Allium, excuse me. And then I got some Moon Vista Florigine carnations that also will pull that purple down to the base. Black and purple are so receding that from a distance you're not even going to see that. So that hand is going to stand out tremendously, and that's what we really want because it's our focal area, it's our emphasis. So we want him to stand out and just be absolutely beautiful. And then I've also got some celosia just to add some textures. So I'm putting that beautiful texture in there, tucking that right down into the foam, covering up my mason jar lid because I don't want it to show. So it's right there with it. Tucking it in. And putting it right in there. I need one more celosia. And then we're just going to enhance it with a little bit of hypericum berry, just to pull it all together. In, behind with it, tuck it behind. And it doesn't take a lot of flowers to fill it up because our glove, our skeleton hand, our mummy hand, has become pretty much our space hog in all of this. It takes up a lot of space. So then we're able then to create just a really fun design with our creepy little hand. So all kinds of ideas for Halloween that you can do. Again, this takes about 48 hours to cure, so make sure you give it enough time to harden before you work with it. But you can have all kinds of fun with that and create it any way that you want. So have fun with Halloween.